Ever wake up feeling a bit deflated? Not just your mood, but perhaps a certain part of you that used to stand tall and proud without a second thought. For many men over 60, the subject of erections can be a source of frustration, anxiety, and even embarrassment. You might be chalking it up to just getting older, believing it's an inevitable part of the aging process that you just have to accept. But what if I told you that something you're putting into your body every single morning, something you might even think is incredibly healthy, could be quietly, consistently, sabotaging your vitality and that crucial spark of masculinity? It's not about popping a pill or some complicated medical procedure. The secret, my friends, is far simpler and much closer to home. It's about what's on your breakfast plate. Specifically, some seemingly innocent fruits that have, over time, been painted as the epitome of health, but which, when consumed regularly in a certain way, can actually hinder your ability to achieve and maintain strong, reliable erections. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 common fruits that many men over 60 unknowingly eat for breakfast, thinking they're doing their bodies a favor, but which are actually hindering your ability to perform in the bedroom. We'll explore exactly why these fruits can be problematic and, crucially, what simple, delicious switches you can make instead to regain your confidence and vigor. Stay with me until the very end, because I promise there's a surprising truth waiting for you that could truly change your mornings and your nights for the better. So, let's dive right into the first unsuspecting culprit that might be quietly undermining your morning mojo: the overly ripe banana. Now, I know what you're thinking. Bananas are famous for being a healthy, potassium-rich snack, often touted as a quick energy booster. And in many ways, they are, but for men over 60, especially when consumed alone for breakfast, a very ripe banana can be a bit of a sneaky adversary. Here's why: as bananas ripen, their starch converts into simple sugars. A green banana is mostly starch, but a ripe, spotty one is practically a sugar bomb. When you eat this alone for breakfast, especially on an empty stomach, that rush of sugar hits your bloodstream very, very quickly. Your body responds by releasing a surge of insulin to handle that sugar. This rapid sugar spike, followed by a subsequent crash, isn't just about feeling sluggish a couple of hours later. Repeatedly putting your body through this sugar roller coaster, morning after morning, creates a chronic state of inflammation and can lead to something called insulin resistance. When your cells become resistant to insulin, your body has to work even harder, pumping out more and more of it. This isn't just a concern for diabetes. It's a direct threat to your blood vessels. You see, healthy erections depend on robust blood flow to the penis, the delicate lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium, produces nitric oxide, a compound essential for relaxing blood vessels and allowing blood to rush in. Chronic high insulin levels and the resulting inflammation can damage this delicate lining, impairing its ability to produce nitric oxide. Think of it like a garden hose that's slowly getting kinks and blockages. The water simply can't flow as freely. Over time, this damage can significantly reduce blood flow, making it incredibly difficult to achieve and maintain an erection. Instead of a standalone ripe banana, consider pairing it with something that slows down sugar absorption, like a spoonful of nut butter or a handful of unsalted nuts, or even better, opting for a less ripe banana. Next on our list, another seemingly innocent breakfast staple that can cause trouble for your erections: grapes, particularly when consumed in larger quantities, which is often the case. Grapes are sweet, juicy, and incredibly easy to pop into your mouth handful after handful. But like very ripe bananas, grapes are exceptionally high in natural sugars, predominantly fructose and glucose. A single cup of grapes can pack a significant sugar punch. When you eat a substantial serving of grapes for breakfast, you're essentially giving your system another rapid dose of sugar, triggering that familiar insulin response. And just as we discussed with bananas, the repeated spikes in blood sugar and insulin contribute to the very same issues: systemic inflammation and damage to the delicate blood vessel lining. Think about it if your blood vessels are constantly being challenged by these sugar surges. Their ability to expand and contract effectively diminishes. This isn't just about the vessels in your groin. It's about your entire cardiovascular system. And since erectile dysfunction is often considered an early warning sign of broader cardiovascular issues, it makes sense that what harms your heart and vessels can equally harm your ability to perform sexually. Furthermore, some studies suggest that high fructose intake can contribute to increased uric acid levels, which are linked to gout and metabolic syndrome, both conditions that can indirectly impact overall cardiovascular health and, by extension, erectile function. So, while a few grapes here and there won't hurt, making a large bowl of them your go-to breakfast fruit might be silently undermining your erections. And then there's what many consider the quintessential healthy breakfast drink, store-bought orange juice. Now, let's be clear, a whole orange, with all its fiber, is a fantastic source of vitamin C and other nutrients. But store-bought orange juice is a different beast entirely, especially for men over 60 concerned about their erectile health. When oranges are juiced, especially commercially, the beneficial fiber is largely stripped away. What you're left with is a concentrated sugar solution. A single glass of store-bought orange juice can contain as much sugar as a can of soda, often with similar glycemic impact. That means another swift, unchecked surge of sugar into your bloodstream. This sugar bomb doesn't just contribute to blood sugar spikes. It's a direct contributor to systemic inflammation. Inflammation, as you may know, is the body's natural response to injury or infection. But chronic inflammation, fueled by consistent sugar intake, is incredibly detrimental to your cardiovascular health. It damages blood vessels, promoting plaque buildup and hardening of the arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis. This narrowing and stiffening of blood vessels is one of the leading causes of erectile dysfunction in older men. The blood simply can't flow freely enough to create the necessary pressure for a firm erection. So, while orange juice might seem like a healthy morning ritual, in its store-bought, fiber-stripped form, it's actively working against the very blood vessel health you need for reliable erections. Swapping it for a whole orange or a glass of water is a simple yet powerful step. Now that we've peeled back the layers on those first few fruits and their sugary secrets, let's continue our journey through your breakfast bowl to reveal more hidden pitfalls that could be impacting your vitality. Moving right along, let's talk about another tropical delight that often graces breakfast tables, particularly in its perfectly ripe, sweet form, the mango. Mangoes are incredibly delicious, bursting with flavor and vitamins. But just like our previous discussion with bananas and grapes, the key issue here lies in their sugar content, especially when they're very ripe and consumed in large quantities for breakfast. A single medium-sized mango can contain upwards of 45 grams of natural sugar. While it does come with fiber, that amount of sugar, especially on an empty stomach in the morning, can still lead to a significant blood sugar spike. And by now, you're probably recognizing the pattern. This rapid influx of sugar demands a quick and strong insulin response from your pancreas. Over time, this constant demand can lead to insulin resistance, making your body less efficient at managing blood sugar. This condition is a known precursor to endothelial dysfunction, which, as we've discussed, is a fancy term for damage to the inner lining of your blood vessels. And it's this damage that directly impairs the blood flow essential for strong erections. Beyond the sugar, for some individuals, eating a large amount of mango, particularly in the morning, can also cause digestive discomfort or a feeling of heaviness. While not directly linked to erections, anything that makes you feel generally unwell, sluggish, or bloated will naturally impact your overall energy, mood, and desire, which are all components of a healthy sex life. So, while mangoes are a wonderful treat, making them a regular, large breakfast fruit might be inadvertently contributing to the very issues you're trying to avoid. If you love mango, Consider having a smaller portion alongside some protein or healthy fats to slow down that sugar release. Next on our list is pineapple. Another sweet and tangy fruit that many enjoy for breakfast. Pineapple is well known for its bromelain content, an enzyme that can aid digestion and reduce inflammation. And that sounds great, right? However, just like the other fruits we've discussed, the significant sugar content of pineapple, especially in larger servings, can present a challenge for men over 60. A single cup of cubed pineapple contains around 16 grams of sugar. If you're enjoying a generous bowl of it or adding it to a smoothie without other balancing ingredients, that sugar load quickly adds up. This creates yet another scenario of rapid blood sugar elevation and the subsequent insulin response that we've highlighted. Consistent exposure to these sugar spikes can, as we've learned, contribute to systemic inflammation and damage to the blood vessel lining, impairing nitric oxide production and blood flow. Furthermore, while bromelain is beneficial, the acidity of pineapple can be quite potent for some people, leading to mild digestive irritation or heartburn, particularly on an empty stomach. When your digestive system is in distress, your body diverts energy and resources to healing and recovery, which can detract from other bodily functions, including those essential for sexual performance. It's a subtle but important point. When your overall system isn't feeling its best, neither will your overall vitality or your confidence in the bedroom. So, while pineapple has its virtues, be mindful of the quantity and consider pairing it with something that offers a better balance of nutrients, like some yogurt or a handful of almonds, to mitigate that sugar rush. Now, let's tackle a truly concentrated source of sugar often marketed as a healthy snack, particularly for energy-dried dates. While dates are natural and contain fiber and minerals, their water content is removed during the drying process, leaving behind a highly concentrated sugar bomb. Just one medjool date, a common variety, can contain around 16 to 18 grams of sugar. Imagine eating several of these for breakfast, perhaps mixed into oatmeal or enjoyed on their own. You're effectively consuming a massive and immediate sugar load that dwarfs many of the fresh fruits we've discussed. This rapid and substantial influx of sugar into your bloodstream leads to an even more pronounced insulin surge than fresh fruits, and the consequences, as you might predict, are amplified. Repeatedly subjecting your body to these extreme sugar spikes not only accelerates the development of insulin resistance, but also puts significant strain on your blood vessels. The delicate inner lining of these vessels, crucial for generating nitric oxide and facilitating blood flow, becomes increasingly damaged. This kind of consistent assault on your vascular system makes it progressively harder for blood to reach the penis with the necessary force and volume for a firm erection. Think of it as pushing your body into a constant state of repair and inflammation. While dates can offer a quick energy boost, that boost comes at a significant cost to your long-term vascular health, and therefore, to your erectile function. For men over 60, especially those looking to maintain their sexual vitality, dates for breakfast are a definite no-go. And finally, perhaps the most obvious, yet still surprisingly common, offender on our list: canned peaches, especially those packed in heavy syrup. While some might think of them as a convenient fruit option, these peaches are miles away from the fresh, vibrant fruit picked from a tree. The canning process often involves adding significant amounts of processed sugar in the form of heavy syrup, which is just pure liquid sugar. A typical serving of canned peaches in syrup can contain an astonishing amount of added sugar, far exceeding the natural sugars found in fresh fruit. This isn't just about natural fruit sugars anymore. It's about highly refined, added sugars that offer no nutritional benefit and cause immediate and dramatic blood sugar spikes. This kind of extreme sugar load is a direct assault on your metabolic and cardiovascular health. It turbocharges the processes of inflammation, insulin resistance, and oxidative stress, all major contributors to endothelial dysfunction and atherosclerosis. When your arteries are stiffening and narrowing, Blood flow is compromised throughout your body, and that includes the crucial blood flow to the penis required for an erection. Beyond the sugar, canned fruits often lose a significant portion of their beneficial vitamins and antioxidants during processing and heat treatment. You're left with empty calories and a concoction of sugar and potentially artificial preservatives that actively work against your body's natural vitality and sexual function. Opting for fresh, seasonal peaches or even frozen peaches without added sugar is a far healthier choice that supports, rather than sabotages, your erectile health. We've journeyed through your breakfast plate today, uncovering how certain choices, even seemingly healthy ones like fruits, can impact something as crucial as your erectile health. It's really about understanding how too much concentrated sugar, especially when eaten rapidly in the morning without balancing it with other nutrients like protein or healthy fats, creates a cascade effect in your body. This leads to blood sugar roller coaster rides, chronic inflammation, and over time, significant damage to those vital blood vessels that are absolutely essential for strong, lasting erections. It's not just about what causes the problem. It's about understanding the subtle, consistent damage that builds up over years, making it harder and harder to achieve that firm, reliable response. Remember, your erections are often a barometer of your overall cardiovascular health, so nurturing your blood vessels is paramount. Now, this isn't about shaming any particular fruit or telling you to cut all fruit out of your life. Not at all. In fact, whole, fresh fruits are an important part of a healthy diet. It's about empowering you with knowledge. It's about being aware that while fruits are nature's candy, too much of a good thing, or the wrong kind at the wrong time, can have unintended consequences, especially as we age and our bodies become a little less forgiving with sugar loads. Think about balance, portion control, and pairing fruits with protein and healthy fats to slow down sugar absorption. Small, mindful changes to your daily routine can spark incredible improvements in your overall vitality and confidence, not just in the bedroom, but in every aspect of your life. It's about feeling energetic, clear-headed, and ready to embrace each day with vigor. I'd truly love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you ever noticed any changes in your energy or even your erectile health by adjusting your breakfast habits? What fruits do you enjoy that make you feel truly energetic and vibrant? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your wisdom could truly help another man out there who is grappling with similar challenges. We're a community here, and every shared experience adds to our collective understanding. If this video resonated with you, if you found it helpful and eye-opening, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who need this important, often unspoken, information. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on more practical, life-enhancing advice designed specifically for men over 60 who are determined to live their best, most vibrant lives, both inside and out. Because remember, age is just a number, but vitality, confidence, and living a full, passionate life, well, that's a choice you make every single day. Here's to choosing powerfully, to nourishing your body wisely, and to standing tall. In every wonderful sense of the word, you absolutely deserve to live your best life at every age.